go fight Virgil Ortiz. Go fight Virgil Ortiz, right? Right. So that's my thoughts on that. I don't really care. You can fight anybody you want, black, green, blue, Hispanic. I don't give a damn. I'm just giving my thoughts on it, right? And then before I get to the comments, because I see I got a good amount of comments. Shout out to everybody here. Rock with your boy True School here at nighttime. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. I want to also comment on this Keyshawn Davis situation, because Keyshawn Davis yesterday, he also took to Twitter and he had a lot to say about Devin Haney and doing the fight. And there was a lot made of Keyshawn Davis moving up to 47 and fighting Devin Haney before Keyshawn Davis beat up on Jermaine Ortiz. And now that he's beat up on Jermaine Ortiz, I don't see why that fight can't get done next. So here's what Keyshawn Davis had to say about Devin Haney on Instagram yesterday. Here's Keyshawn.
Hey, I'm gonna whoop your ass, so-called Deebo. You know what happened to Deebo at the end of the movie? He got hit with a brick. Deebo about to get hit with a brick. Talk some Latins and Spanish people. No, don't pick on them. Pick on me. Keep picking on Craig, and you're gonna figure out what's gonna happen. You're gonna get hit with a brick. And I ain't playing. You know I ain't playing. Hit with a brick. Hey. Belt, nigga. So organic, so genuine. Pick on me. I want you to pick on me. Tell Deebo come this way. What you talking about? You know what Craig did to him.
So there you have it. Keyshawn Davis, one of the top fighters out there, one of the most skilled fighters in and around Devin's way. Yeah, sure, he only has 13 fights, but he's packed a lot into them 13 fights. He fought Nahir Albright. He fought Jermaine Ortiz. He fought Gustavo Lemos. He's already proven himself at the contender level. Beat Dennis Baranchyk for the world title. He's proven himself at a certain level already. He's ready for a big fight. With his amateur pedigree and the experience he's gotten in the gym, and what he's packed so tightly into 13 fights, he's ready for a big fight. And they talk about this fight. And there's a lot of people out there, a lot of smart boxing minds out there. I know Tim Bradley, shout out to Tim Bradley. He's even talked about, the fact that he thinks Keyshawn Davis is more skilled than Devin Haney. This is a fight that's going to happen. So my thing is this: if you can't find a Latino out of all the cajillions of Latinos from 47 to 54 to fight, then you got to go fight the Christian YN, Keyshawn Davis. He wants to fight. I feel like Keyshawn Davis is I don't feel like, actually, I know everyone knows that Keyshawn Davis is one of the best fighters in and around this weight. So my thing is this: Devin Haney's now put himself back in a power position in the sport of boxing after the Brian Norman Jr. win, where he's in the pound list again. People want to fight him. He's very much in demand, and he's got a whole lot of options. So I don't think going to 54 right now should be in the cards for him. I respect the ambition. I'm not going to ever down him for the ambition. I do think he can beat Xander Zayas, but if you want to continue to prove yourself at the top level at the sport of boxing, I say honestly, don't look no further than Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is a fighter that I feel a lot of people do believe is more skilled than Devin Haney, because just to break it down objectively, Brian Norman Jr., I still rate Brian Norman Jr. highly, and I think it's a very good win for Devin, and I give Devin Haney all the credit in the world for being Brian Norman Jr. But Brian Norman Jr. ain't as long as Keyshawn Davis. He don't have the pedigree of Keyshawn Davis, and Keyshawn Davis brings a different type of challenge to the table. So I think this is a fight that Devin Haney should really go ahead and look to explore. And like I said, Bill's a very smart man. He's a very good manager, and he understands timing. He understands when to take the right fights at the right time. And one thing I like about Bill is that Bill has done a great job over the years of surrounding himself with great boxing minds and being humble enough to listen to those great boxing minds like Mickey Bay, like is everyone, Al Mitchell, everyone he has in and around him. So I don't think he's going to fight Keyshawn Davis next. No matter how much they've been in the media and talking to Keyshawn Davis back and forth, I don't think he's fighting him next. Truthfully, I don't think he's fighting Xander next. I still think Devin Haney winds up fighting like either the Garcia Barrios winner and or Lewis Crocker, something like that. Because at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, belts do matter, and belts, along with what Devin Haney's already accomplished in the sport, will give him leverage. And I do think that the play is going to be to try to become undisputed in the welterweight division, which would allow Devin Haney to now, be undisputed once again, and for the second time in his career, and I think build those fights up even more, and then I can see Keyshawn Davis, while Devin Haney is trying to become undisputed, maybe having a fight in the 147 division to get acclimated and then fight Devin Haney. You understand? So I'm rambling, but those are my thoughts. That's why I stand on those matters as it pertains to Deebo Dev.